welcome to the SVG-TV news for Thursday, December 24th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. Point Village in the North Windward constituency has done it again, pulling off its 8th consecutive victory in the Vinlec National Light-Up competition. Beckway in the Northern Grenadines placed second, Rose Hall in the North Leeward constituency came third, and Belair in West St. George was fourth. The winners were announced this morning by Vice President of the Nine Mornings Committee, Lennox Bowman, at Heritage Square, where the curtains came down on the 2020 Nine Mornings Festival. The zonal winners are Zone 1, Rose Hall, Zone 2, Top Belair, Zone 3, David Square in Richland Park, Zone 4, Point Village at the Village Square, and Zone 5, Port Elizabeth Beckway. Meanwhile, Cane-End homeowner Olivia Da Silva secured a 6th win as the best lit private house. Second place went to Jimmy Samuel of Rillan. The best lit garden for 2020 went to Villa Top, Christmas Garden by the Hulls, and the best nativity scene went to Point Village at the Village Square. The daily Nine Mornings competitions also concluded this morning. The popular Digicel Bring Your Song competition was won by Uriah Little, who received a handset and $750 in cash. Here's a snippet of his winning song. And a new competition this year was the COVID-19 mask competition, which was won by Shanique Sutherland of Camden Park.
Shanique, this is the winner. Shanique number 1, Amanda Harris 2nd, and Luke John 3rd. And 3 consolation prizes, Jomar Pope, Sue Sandy, and Shahelia Lynch. Put your hands together for creativity, ladies and gentlemen, as we COVID distant, so to speak. Thank you very much.
The final Nine Mornings event at Heritage Square was well attended and saw performances from a number of local artists. Here's a snippet of some of these performances.
It's right, Santa, please do, Santa. We want more forgiveness, more tolerance. For every child we need a good example. About the customer service, let's make a difference.
Oh, hear the angel voices, joining with them, let's start to sing praises. Jesus, our Savior, has come down to save us. Oh, what a night, oh, what a night.
Say, Christmas comes once a year. Santa Claus, boy, better beware. All the girl them want is here. Watch me. So when they come down with your reindeer, make sure they bring up here. So when I ask my girl what she want for Christmas is weed. What a thing I could not believe. Girl nowadays all they want is weed.
Here now is that snippet of Uriah Little's winning song.
Feel like cut off me light. Santa Claus, him thief, me wife. Me crops them dead and me children them hungry again. Now what am I to do? Cause flow they cut me too. And me rent they high and me bills them they repay. So I say we want more money for the Christmas. I say we want more money for the Christmas. I say we want more money for the Christmas, and everything is gonna be alright.
There was also the Nine Mornings train in capital Kingstown. Meanwhile, the 9 Nights event at the Botanical Gardens has been extended until year-end. In her Christmas message, Governor General Her Excellency Dame Susan Duggan urged all Vincentians not to forget why we celebrate Christmas, which is the birth of Christ. The Governor General said it is therefore important that people remember to be caring and sharing during the Christmas season and beyond.
As a nation steeped in the Christian faith, at Christmas, we duly acknowledge God's gift, His only begotten Son, who was sent into the world to save humankind. This is a true demonstration of the love of God, and it behoves us to not only remember Jesus Christ at Christmas time, but the true spirit of Christmas ought to be with us always. We have an obligation to obey the call to love our fellow men at all times in this true spirit of Christmas. We need to demonstrate always a spirit of caring and sharing and looking out for the less fortunate among us.
Her Excellency thanked persons who contributed to nation building and also asked that persons remember them during this Christmas season.
Appreciating the blessings in our personal lives, finding strength in our differences, celebrating our achievements, and turning any adversity, disappointment, or setback into an opportunity for renewal. During the Christmas season, we must also acknowledge the government, church leaders, corporate partners, development partners, non-governmental groups, and all humanitarians among us for their invaluable leadership, guidance, support, and contribution to nation building in whatever form it takes.
The Governor General also appealed to persons to take time to reflect on 2020 and to remain hopeful for 2021.
Fellow Vincentians, let this Christmas season be one of reflection, peace, love, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Let us celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. But whatever form our celebrations take, please let us stay safe. As we usher in the new year, let 2021 be a year of civility, tolerance, and respect, where all Vincentians from all walks of life are willing to work together with pride and dignity to build a brighter future for us all.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is optimistic that St. Vincent and the Grenadines will rise despite all the challenges faced this year. The Prime Minister expressed this view in his Christmas message to the nation. He said that there must be a determination by the people to overcome.
Indeed, despite COVID-19 and its awesome consequences hanging over our nation as the metaphoric sword of Damocles, we are all determined to rise stronger than ever from the feverish ashes of COVID. At Christmas 2020, we are ever mindful about our extant condition. We are not innocent of the challenges which are upon us. We have clear, credible ideas within the frame of a compelling developmental narrative as to the way forward. We possess a settled conviction that we can all do better than we have done before. And we have the will, including the political will, to do so.
Reflecting on the year 2020, which included the general elections, which saw the return of his Unity Labour Party to office for a fifth consecutive year, and the COVID-19 pandemic, the Prime Minister said persons need to look out for each other more than ever and put aside their political differences and enjoy the remainder of the season.
For divisiveness, whether political, religious, social, or personal, to deter us from helping another person, particularly if our circumstances so permit or enable us. In this world, in this nation, everyone is our neighbor. We are enjoined to help our neighbors. This more than pious moralizing will, in my view, achieve much.
Looking ahead, Prime Minister Gonsalves said that 2021 is fastly approaching and persons can look forward to Budget 2021, which will benefit all Vincentians.
Sometime in January 2021, our government will present to Parliament the estimates of revenue and expenditure and the appropriation bill, the budget, for the upcoming financial year. There will no doubt be a robust debate in and out of Parliament on the issues contained therein. Parliament will determine what is to be done, and the executive and state administration will carry out Parliament's determination. And the democratic debate will continue with truths and falsehoods galore. There is thus ample time for all that.
Be thankful this Christmas. That's the message by Opposition Leader Dr. Godwin Friday for Christmas 2020. Dr. Friday said that people must not forget about the main message of Christmas and how difficult the year has been for many people. Hence, everyone should be grateful for life at this time.
Let us always make time to celebrate and appreciate the wonderful gift of salvation that the birth of Christ offers to each of us. And let us spread the goodwill that comes with the season. While we enjoy the customary things of Christmas and the coming New Year, we must also remember the sacrifices made throughout this most unusual and difficult year, 2020. We are thankful for God's mercy and grace that has brought us through this year, a time scarred indelibly by the pain and loss caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which continues unabated.
The opposition leader reminded persons that there is hope at the end of the tunnel for the COVID-19 pandemic, with a vaccine now being rolled out. However, he said that in the interim, the onus is on the people to protect themselves and stay safe.
Let us continue to do all we can to keep one another safe. Normally, this is a time of year filled with joyous activities and much mingling and sharing. For many of us, it is a time to travel and visit family and friends, a time to share old stories and create new experiences with loved ones that over time would also become treasured memories. However, the coronavirus has made such things very risky. We must treasure our loved ones by being careful and safe until this unprecedented threat to life and happiness is finally vanquished.
Dr. Friday said he looks forward to 2021, and as he said there is renewed hope, asked that people overcome divisions while thanking party supporters. He said the NDP is willing to work together for the betterment of all Vincentians.
Improved health care and good governance characterized by transparency and accountability. Also, we must overcome our divisions and foster togetherness as one people, one nation. Thank you, my dear people, from the bottom of my heart, for your support throughout the year. I am profoundly grateful for the privilege to serve you and look forward to your continued support in 2021. I know that the new year will bring its challenges, but it will also bring new opportunities. Let us find those opportunities, embrace them, and use them to make things better for all of us.
An elderly woman of Glebe Hill, Barrowley, is the latest recipient of a brand new no-income house under the government's Lives to Live program. The handing over of keys to the house and the dedication ceremony took place yesterday and was witnessed by a small group of people, including friends, family, and well-wishers of the homeowner, Baby Jeffers. Former Prime Minister Sir Louis Straker spoke of the challenges faced to get the house built and described the occasion as a happy one, noting that the project started with his guidance during his time as the area representative.
I wanted to do this before I left office. I don't know how any man can sleep comfortably and knowing that their fellow man is sleeping almost on the ground with very little comfort, and the inconvenience and the indignity she had to suffer from people whose place she occupied. And so I really wanted to have something for Baby that she can call her own home. And we decided to go ahead with what material, and we had the full backing of the then Minister of Housing. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it done totally during the time I was there, and so my successor, Dr. Randy Brewster, he too had the passion that we must complete this project and have Baby move into this building here. For Christmas.
The current Deputy Prime Minister, Montgomery Daniel, also spoke at the ceremony and said he is always touched to see the end products of the workings of the Ministry of Housing, which he was happy to lead. Minister Daniel noted that since the establishment of the Lives to Live program in 2015, the government has built some 278 housing units. He said this year, 24 units were built and Baby Jeffers is just one recipient.
Baby Jeffers, I'm happy for you.
Thank you very much.
I am indeed happy that I've come this far this evening. Though at the cabinet, your representative insisted that I come to Barley this evening. I don't eat blackfish. But I'm sure there might be something else. I hope it's not pork either. Very well. But congratulations on behalf of the government, and I wish you all the best in your new home, and I know you're going to take care of it. Your representative and I believe the past Deputy Prime Minister would aid and assist in you having the best in whatever rest of years you have remaining.
Area Representative Orlando Brewster said he is happy that Baby Jeffers has a place to call her own, noting that she went through a lot over the years, and he thanked all those who contributed to making her dreams become a reality.
Thank the former Deputy Prime Minister, Sir Louis Straker, who started the ball on this project in the year 2015, and he, as you've heard him mention, there was a lot of challenges getting this house to where it is today. But I always reiterate that where there's unity, there is strength. And I am happy that the former Minister of Housing, of which portfolio is now under my ministry, was able to chip in at that time and lend a hand. And I don't know if it was God's will, but it is His will that I've been handed the Ministry of Housing. And currently in Barley, some of you may not be aware, this is not the only thing that is happening from the government side. We have at least 3 Lives to Live bathrooms in construction, about 90% finished. And they would be getting their bathrooms pretty soon. I am pushing hard for them to get it, if it's not for Christmas Day, for the New Year's. And I am happy that family of Baby Jeffers came on board. We have a family member here this evening to assist us. There are some stalwarts in this community that we must tip our hats off to, who went above and beyond to make this lady here, Baby Jeffers, comfortable and give her a space and a place where she could rest her head.
A British national, Ifield Shallow, who breached quarantine here earlier this week, has now made contact with the Health Services Subcommittee of the National Emergency Committee COVID-19 Task Force after an advisory was issued for him to do so on Monday by the Ministry of Health and the police. In a follow-up PSA today, the police thanked the general public for their continued assistance and support in what they say is their quest to make St. Vincent and the Grenadines a safer place for citizens and visitors alike. Price gouging was an issue raised by customers of some business places in King Capital, Kingstown, during the Christmas season. Some of these customers told SVG-TV News that it was not fair to them and others, especially those who did not have the spending power this season.
For me, I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for the poor. And for what I'm seeing, it's like the price gouging and taking advantage of the less fortunate. It's really sad because it's Christmas time and people are supposed to be generous, and instead they're taking advantage of the poor, because that's not what Christmas is all about. That's not Christ. That's not what Christ would want us to do. To be more generous and to show more love.
It's a blast because they're fooling people technically with these prices. You know what I mean? They're fooling you technically with these prices, and after the season now, they bring them down. You understand? It's better to just leave them down and done because it's a time of giving and sharing. So I feel I should do that. Bring it down to more level at poor people level that poor people could really stretch their hand out and buy.
A call was made for the authorities to look into the matter.
Because I believe the government should have done something better to stop this, to stop what they're doing, and they're not doing that. Not all of the business. I said most of them are taking advantage of the poor, and it's not, for me.
Meanwhile, as persons flocked to capital Kingstown for their Christmas shopping, vendors ensured they benefited for the busy season. Many were seen lining the streets of Kingstown offering bargains. Some of these vendors said they had good days and not so good days, but they are still grateful.
Well, things are a little slow because, due to the COVID thing and so on, but we gotta give God and the glory, for whatever it is may be the case, Because they say, as they all saying, every day is fishing day, but every day is not catching day.
This Christmas, so. Not too bad. But good days and bad days. Like kid stuff like shoes, sandals, Crocs.
Well, through COVID-19, yeah, they're shopping because if you look in the stores and so they're not empty. If you go by Jackson or the store, they're full, So, and people like the last minute, probably tomorrow, things will pick up little later on. It's Christmas, they go for everything. Everything, they will gravitate to it. You understand?
Yeah, it's busy. Onion, potato, garlic and peas. Toilet paper. Plenty people coming to buy.